China's maritime aggression threatens to push the region on the edge of a conflict. In the latest, 3 Chinese warships reached just 150 nautical miles east of Sydney. This is the furthest China's navy has ever been on Australia's eastern coast. The Chinese ship sailed near Sydney just when Admiral Samuel Paparo, the head of the US Indo-Pacific Command, was visiting Australia. In response, Canberra has deployed both naval and air assets to monitor the situation. Australia said that its military will continue to shadow the Chinese warships until they leave the region.
First point I make is this task group is acting in accordance with international law. They're entitled to be where they are. Australia is also entitled to be prudent. And we are monitoring very closely what the activities of the task group are. What we will do whenever this mission is over on the part of the Chinese task group is to engage in a full assessment of what the Chinese were seeking to achieve in respect of this mission. But both naval and Air Force assets have been deployed to make sure that we are monitoring exactly what is occurring here, and we are working with our other partners in the region, and we'll continue to do that for as long as the Chinese task force is in the vicinity of Australia.
With this, reports say that Beijing is projecting its strategic influence beyond the South China Sea. Beijing's existing sphere of influence stretches from the First Pacific Island chain between Japan and Indonesia, as well as the Second Pacific Island chain, which runs from Japan through the US territory of Guam to Micronesia. Now, the latest show of Chinese maritime belligerence comes just days after a tense standoff between Beijing's and Canberra's forces in the South China Sea. On the 11th of February, Australia said that a Chinese jet released flares in the South China Sea within 30 meters of its aircraft. While no personnel were injured in the incident, Canberra lodged diplomatic protest with Beijing in a moment of tense bilateral strain. Australia, under Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, has been keeping a close eye on the Chinese naval task group, but it remains uncertain for how long Beijing's warships will continue to sail near Australia. China's naval expansion near Australia marks a fresh chapter in the Indo-Pacific's evolving security landscape. As regional tensions simmer, how will Australia and its allies respond to China's growing presence in their backyard?
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month we have viewers up to 150 million, that's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.